Welcome to episode 2 of our 4-day game of hide and seek across Switzerland. In this game, the seekers must determine the hider's location by buying information from them. In exchange for truthful answers, the hider receives coins that they can use to buy curses that will slow the seekers down. At the end of 4 days, the player with the longest single hiding run wins. Last episode, Adam was found in a castle in the mountain town of Hospital after hiding for just over 4.5 hours. Now, it's up to Ben to see if he can beat that time. He's got 2.5 hours to get to a hiding spot before his clock starts and the seekers start coming after him.
There you go. All right, 2 hours and 30 minutes starts now.
Oh, goodbye.
Hello and welcome to my hiding zone, which will remain a mystery until they figure it out, or you figure it out. You'll probably figure it out before them. You guys are smart. I did not have as much time getting out of Hospital. I was starting from a pretty remote spot. There also wasn't a train for a while, so I really only had about like an hour 45 of actual train time, and that cut down my options a lot. Also, I had to get down from that freaking castle.
We are so back.
We're back. I really did not want to have to climb up this thing again, but we did do it.
Oh, it's time. Okay, so Ben could have gone east, west, north, or south.
The main directions, yeah. So like seemingly there's like one line west.
Yeah.
There's one line south, but then it gets complicated at the end.
Yeah.
There's a line east that does some complication at the end of that. Or what I think would be the smartest move would be to go north, back towards Lucerne, because then you have a lot more optionality.
There's certainly the most optionality is by him having gone north or south.
We all keep talking about Ben's limited options, so just to clarify, because Ben had to start his 2.5 hour hiding period from Adam's very out-of-the-way hiding place, he was pretty restricted in how far he could get. Adam and I don't necessarily know the limits precisely, but we can be pretty confident he's somewhere within this rough blob. That's bad news for Ben, and things are about to get even worse because we have a pretty sinister idea for our first question.
We were discussing during our break, and we had an idea.
There is an oddball question, which is send us 5 words. One of them has to rhyme with your town. If you ask that at the beginning, then they have to cover all their bases. So Ben will have to send us stuff from like the north, the east, the south, the west.
Because he's gonna send stuff that rhymes with plausible towns, most likely.
Yeah, but then once we narrow it down, there will probably be only like 1, 2, maybe 3 towns that rhyme with whatever it is.
So I think it makes sense to start with that. Let's hit him with that
and let's talk about the
while we start walking to the station.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, we have got our first purchase. It's an interesting one. It makes me feel like they're probably pretty confident.
You look like Mr. Thomas.
Oh, we got an answer.
All right,
Rug?
Rug. So that rhymes with Zug, which we know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Awaken.
Boxcar again, and clan. It's interesting that, like, Zug or Zug or whatever that town is called, that is a prime candidate.
I do agree, Zug is a highly attractive.
It's almost just like too obvious.
Yeah, that's the only
Makes me think it's the red herring because it's like, it's pretty much exactly as far as he could get that way.
Right. Although, Sam, I think we need to ask a relative question ASAP if we want to be able to ask another one before we get to that decision.
Yeah, like what one would we want to ask?
I think that we should do political party.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty useful geography, I agree.
Yeah, we can explain why in a minute, but I think we need to ask it now.
Okay, do you want to go for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, can you text it or should I?
I'm texting right now.
All right.
Just real quick, this question asked Ben if his canton, cantons are like regions of Switzerland, voted for the same party as our canton in the last election. Given the voting map and the blob geography we're dealing with, this should roughly cut Ben's options in half. A yes would mean he's somewhere in here, and a no would mean he's somewhere in here.
Okay, they have asked another question. They have asked if my canton voted for the same political party as their canton. That is gonna, I think, sort of slice down the possible map in two. Smart question. It's fine.
Ooh, his canton voted for a different party.
So that pushes toward, so that excludes
So that's
all
east
of the
or,
west.
this is east or south then, I think.
Wait, so it couldn't be
Let
north?
me confirm.
Would Zug be a different party? Zug is different.
Is Zug different?
Yeah, it's green.
Whoa, okay. Here, once we get to the station, let's do some more research.
Yeah. Okay, so we have like 13 minutes.
Okay.
So we need to decide basically what we do when we get to Andermatt.
Yeah. Let's look into it.
I mean, for what it's worth, on the line going east, I don't see stuff that like cleanly rhymes.
It doesn't, okay.
What's Boxcar trying to do? We should look at like the weird ones. Like, what's he trying to do with Boxcar?
What's clam also? Because here's what I'm saying. Something has to end in cham. Cham rhymes with clam. Which makes me think even more he might be in zoo. Look, Merzingen again. Cham, clam, zug, rug. If there's a boxcar, boxcar, he's gotta be up there. I mean, it would be a real big brain move to give us 4 things that weirdly rhyme with stuff in that area. I mean, I guess you could do it to really try to throw us off, and maybe it'll work.
I just realized I still have this apple. I gotta get rid of this.
Well, I think it certainly makes sense to prevailing theory head towards there, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, shipping in, can we get outside?
Oh, will it not stop if we're not outside?
No.
Oh, shit. Is it not gonna stop at all?
We'll see.
For real?
Okay, Adam and Sam still seem to be in Hospital, which means, to the best of my knowledge, they cannot get on a train until 4:41 in like half an hour, more than a half an hour. Which means that they won't even leave Hospital until like an hour into my run, which, I mean, is a good start.
Okay, so to explain what happened, what we just learned is that to make the train stop here, you have to press the little button. And if you don't press the button, the train does not stop.
So now we have to wait, what, a half hour for the next train?
Yes.
Awesome.
Anyway.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's ultimately not a huge deal. It's just annoying.
Yes, and our fault.
And for sure our fault.
That's how the jets lag.
Yeah, that is how the Jets lag. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I think he's gotta be there. It's a little bit of a risk, though.
It is a bit.
With us.
It certainly is a bit of a risk.
Well, let's see. Could we ask other stuff? Like, aren't all of these fucking towns on the water?
Pretty much, I think.
Couldn't we ask for a picture of a lake?
I guess that's, wait, photo questions are relatively cheap, right? They're like, what,
15.
20, 15?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it could be useful. I know we can ask it now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Whew. Well, Adam and Sam have requested a photo of my biggest body of water, which is a pretty obvious one. It's this lake here. We're gonna use our best photography skills to be vague about this. Let's see here. I've taken a photo of the lake. I do think that I've done a pretty good job of including no defining features. It is probably pretty clear that it's a lake. Although maybe it's not even that clear. It's kind of hard to tell. The photo just looks like water.
Oh, we got a photo. Well, that looks like a lake.
It looks like a lake to me.
Because it has to be 100 plus feet. So like that's definitely not a river.
No, that's not a river.
So it seems to confirm north. I mean, everything is pointing north.
He's in the Zug area for sure. I mean, I think we've narrowed it down to, frankly, a pretty tight area.
If we're right.
If we're right. I think we're right.
Probably.
Here's one thing I gotta do. I gotta get a place to sleep here. Because here's a little hint that I'm gonna give you guys. There is only one hotel in this town. Okay, I found the hotel. It's kind of like unbearably cute. Look how Christmassy it is. Okay, well, Adam and Sam are still in hospital.
How does it feel, Adam, in the end, having spent the entire game day except for 1 hour in this tiny town?
Look, I forgot what it's called.
Stopping.
Oh, Ben. I mean, here's the thing. Ben was put in a very unfortunate position by having to start here.
That's true. And that is part of the strat, you know?
I mean, look, it was not part of why I went here.
But also, I will remind you that last time we were overconfident about Ben having potentially
It's
made
true.
himself
The
too
last
easy.
time we were overconfident,
Spoiler alert.
he absolutely
he
got
won.
us.
He won the game.
We did get absolutely got by Ben.
Yes.
They're never gonna find me.
Fun fact, this is the bridge where Ben and I knocked apples.
All right.
Well, this is as far as we can get.
Yeah.
There's nothing more we can do.
There is nothing more we can do. It's 5:05. The game day ends at 5:30, but we can't get any further. And I don't think we want to buy any more information.
No, I think we want to wait until we're closer to ask any more questions. We don't want to give him the potential to curse us, you know, in a way that could be really disruptive. But I think that's probably it for today.
I think that's it.
Do a funny stunt. You gotta do a funny
Oh, you do an awesome pose?
yeah, do an awesome pose that you're gonna do in the morning. Is that awesome?
Uh-huh.
All right, now wave goodnight. If you say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, well, it seems that Sam and Adam have ended the day in Goshen, and I've ended the day here in my hotel room. I've set up my strategy, and now we just have to see if it works. We'll just see what happens.
Now it's time for the first rest period. Each day at 5:30 p.m., the game pauses so the players can eat and sleep and not be in the freezing cold for a bit. We'll restart the next day at 7:30 a.m., exactly where we left off.
Good morning.
We are so freaking back.
We're back, baby. Our train towards Zug doesn't leave for what, like
25 minutes or so.
25, 30 minutes? Not the best.
Not the best. Anyway, let's do some strategy.
So,
We think we're going to the right place.
look, here's the thing. Either Ben did an absolutely nuts big brain move,
Which he has in the past.
and he's done it in the past, or we know basically the region where he is.
And probably have it narrowed down to 2 towns.
What I would say is, assuming that we do know where he is, he both was unlucky that he was in a place with unique names that don't rhyme with a lot. And I would also argue that he made a tactical error by giving specific words that only specifically rhymed with like weird places that were right there.
Yes, I mean, the one variable is, what if he did that specifically to send us to that place that kind of seems pretty obvious as a place for him to go based on the timing where he left from? But we don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, this is a very interesting first one. They've asked for 5 words, one of which has to rhyme with the name of my town. Here's the thing, I kind of want to send them up towards Zug, so I'm gonna try that.
Oh, we got an answer.
All right,
Rug?
Rug. So that rhymes with Zug, which we know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I do agree, Zug is a highly attractive. That would be a pretty big brain gamer move. But the lake, but what about the lake?
What about the lake? What about the lake? What about the lake?
Adam and Sam have requested a photo of my biggest body of water. I'm trying to send them to towns that are on a different lake than the lake that I'm on. So I just need to make this lake feel fairly nondescript.
Oh, we got a photo. Well, that looks like a lake.
It looks like a lake to me.
It seems to confirm north. I mean, everything's pointing north.
He's in the Zug area for sure.
That's a good point. I admit, that's a good point.
See.
All right, let's get on the train.
Good morning. I'm back here in my hotel room, and we have just got to keep hiding. And hopefully, they go to the wrong lake this morning. If they go to the wrong lake, then I'll be happy with my strategy. If they go to the wrong lake, then I will have done at least one smart thing on this run. And that's kind of my standard for this game. As long as I can do at least one smart thing every run, I'll be happy. So let's see if I can keep that up.
Sam, look, it's getting less snowy.
We are out of the slush zone.
We're out of the slush zone and
This is
headed
so
to the Zug
exciting.
zone.
I think we got to start poking around this morning to see if we can find our final hiding spot. So yeah, let's just go on a little adventure and find ourselves a spot.
Look at all those mountains.
I do see the mountains, yes. It's a great point. All right, so do we definitely want to do photo of train station? Do we want to look at the options?
Yeah, how about let's take a quick look.
Okay, so now that Adam and I are headed to the area we believe Ben is, we're hoping to find a cheap way to confirm his location. After some discussion, we decided to ask for a photo of his local town hall, figuring that once we get to Zug, we'll be able to see if it matches the town hall there.
So, should we go ahead and do that?
Yeah, let's request a picture of the town hall.
Whew, I'm getting further up into the hills. I've made it pretty far out up here. And honestly, I think if I hid this far up, it's just gonna be too obvious that I'm up on top of this hill. I think I need to be more in the town, because there's just gonna be more like actual hiding spots. So I don't think that I wanna go this high. The seekers have requested a photo of my town hall, but as far as I can tell, looking at the maps and doing some Googling, I actually don't think that there is a town hall here. Hello. Listen, does this town have a town hall?
I don't think this one does, but the one nearby.
Great.
Yes, the nearest one would be in.
Thank you so much.
Okay. He said that there is not a town hall
Within his radius,
within his zone,
which either means he has a rather unintuitive zone.
which is possible. But we know that the water is in his zone.
Maybe he said it specifically to exclude the town hall.
It's possible.
Just a quick note about zones. The hider cannot go more than half a mile from the spot they were when their official time started. The area they have to stay in is called the hiding zone. The rules say there has to be a train station in the hiding zone, but otherwise, depending on where the hider centered it, the zone's limits might make certain photo requests impossible to fulfill.
I'm a little worried that with that last question, knowing that there's not a town hall in my zone, it might make it pretty obvious which town I'm in, because I'm definitely in the smallest town that is among the remaining towns.
I mean, it's likely that if the town is north is Vegas, it's probably a bigger place. Because like,
Or he could be in a really small place that doesn't really seem to have it.
I guess that'd be very small thing to not have to.
I kind of think that maybe he's in like a lower zone.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, if he got off here, he could have transferred and gotten to like Harbor Willoughby Bay's zone, which is lower zone. And that would probably not have his own town hall.
Oh yeah,
It's like separate.
it's still lines.
And it's still around sub, and it's still.
Yeah.
But he could also be like at Zug Friedbach, Zug Casino. There are multiple like stops in lower Zug.
Mm-hmm. And would it still count as Zug, the city?
Yeah, this is all Zug.
I think we do the train station. Check out Zug. And maybe check out other ones, or maybe ask them along.
You know, honestly, just like this playground here is not a crazy hiding space. This is pretty far up and pretty far out of the way too. But I'm gonna keep looking. Okay, now they've requested a train station pick. I think if I'm clever about the way that I take this picture, like there are certain parameters for how we take the picture, but I think if I'm clever about it, I can hopefully not give away too much. Well, the train station is hardly a station, but I'll do my best. Oh, this is interesting. The back of the train station looks very different than the front of the train station. That could be useful. Because then, if they go past this, they might take one look at this train station to be like, oh, it's not made out of this orange wood. Okay, let's try that. Yeah. I think that could be pretty sneaky.
Okay, so we just got this picture. We are going to pass through several stations south of Zug, but we just won't stop at them. But we can hopefully, we notice that red color, that reddish orange. We're about to pass through one. Okay, which side? Here, I'll look this side, you look that side, okay? Didn't seem like it. I mean, it was kind of just hard to tell.
Yeah, although it didn't feel like any of those
It didn't really feel like
would
it.
have that, which makes me think that
Maybe we should go west first.
at least if we don't have other info.
Yeah. Well, here, we're at Zug Station now, so let's check here out just quickly and then go from there.
Well, I just took a look at the tracker, and I am afraid that's the wrong way, Sam and Adam. Have fun in Zug, but that is not where I am. Ouch.
All right, let's investigate here quickly first.
Okay, this is not looking like.
Yes.
After walking around the station, it became clear Zug didn't match the photo, so Adam and I started looking at more rural stations just west of Zug. There were two contenders that wouldn't include the town hall, Zug Cholamruli and Cham Alpenblick, so we quickly hopped on a train to give them a look.
This is that. So hop out, look down, and then I'll come right back on if it doesn't seem like it's a spot.
No,
Next one.
no, it doesn't have a link to the site in it.
All right, so getting off here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This any further, because one stop further is Cham, which would have a town hall as far as I can
And
tell.
it's the theoretical limit
And
for
any
this spot.
further than that.
Yeah. It's different style of siding, but it's got the right vibes. Okay, so it's definitely not that way. Well, it seems like it's for sure not this side. Can you check the next train?
There's a train now. Get on that, can we?
We might. Well, we're not gonna be able to fully check it out, but. Okay, I think we need to decide another question.
Okay.
So I've been looking around town trying to find a good hiding spot. I'm really feeling like this walking trail might be my best bet. I'm liking, this is my leading theory. I'm really liking this spot here. Oh, okay, status report. I am so hungry. But the only food that this town has is fondue. And I think if I eat any more fondue, something really bad is gonna happen to me. Although, the hungrier I get, the more that I hope that they catch me. Because then I can go eat something. So, you know, chomp chomp, guys, come on.
I think we just need to decide on another question.
We could ask for a picture of something. For example, a church, but there's gonna be so many.
Right.
We could ask for a picture
Feels like we
where
probably.
at least 5 buildings are visible to get a vibe, but that's kind of just a vibe. Maybe an odd, I mean, maybe we just hit him with like we ask him for like the Strava on the streets thing and just like see
Could be
if that
useful.
gets us anything. Cause like if he's in one of these like really weird little places,
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
How much does that
It's
cost?
only 10.
Yeah, it could be not be bad, yeah.
Let's do that. I think that might work.
I mean, it could certainly help narrow it down.
Given that I think he must be in a small area, I think we could match whatever the pattern is
Hopefully.
to places that don't have a lot of roads.
Right, yeah, hopefully. Okay, I'm into it.
Okay, they have requested for me to trace the streets, making at least 6 turns. I'm not really gonna run, because again, I'm full of cheese, but I'll get it done for them.
Well, at least that was efficient.
Yeah,
Hopefully it was conclusive, but I mean, it felt conclusive.
felt relatively conclusive. So I think let's head south now.
I guess we might as well while we wait for the answer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, while we wait for him to do that Strava thing, I think we might as well head south. I mean, look, it's also technically possible we're not in the right area at all.
True.
This does seem like a pretty smart question to ask, given that this town has pretty distinctly shaped streets. If they're looking at this town, they should be able to figure out that these are the streets, which is a little spooky.
Oh, he just sent us the Strava thing. Okay, that's interesting. This does not seem to match any of the Zugs as far as I can tell. Wait, does it match this southern Zug? No. Okay, so I'm really starting to kind of question our assumptions here. Because I think there's a lot more places he can be than we thought. Like, I think that we got too focused on the Zug area. And now I'm starting to think that maybe like he could be somewhere quite different. For example, if he got off at Arth Goldau, he could have gone like east, for example, to like Steinen, which does have a lake.
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely have made it to Steinen.
Right? And like
time.
that would be an interesting and unexpected move. Let me see if that matches Steinen. This is giving me Steinen vibes.
And it certainly has like
It has like the right, the whole town has the right like,
curviness.
see like this main road, like, I don't know, it feels Steinen-y.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be impossible to 100% match, but I agree that like the style of roads
looks like that. Well, wouldn't Steinen have a town hall? Actually, look how far that is outside of this city. That's definitely more than a half mile.
Oh, wow. I'm already getting real close to beating Adam's time here. And, I don't think that barely beating Adam's time is going to give me a winning run for the whole game, but it'll put me in the lead, at least. We'll just have to see. Really, it's going to be a question of how long it takes them to figure out that they need to get out of Zug. Because Zug and those surrounding towns, it's not where they want to be.
There are gravel sections outside that station.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is probably a lot of confirmation bias, but it seems like it'd be seen wrong.
Yeah.
So it seems like they have figured out that I'm not in the Zug area, and they are heading back towards me. So I think it's time for us to go get in position, because, if they're heading straight for me, they're going to be here within the hour.
We've discovered something bad.
Yes, the shadow is
Yeah.
not a lake.
Yeah, so we discovered that in Steinen, we really thought this was a lake, but it actually...
Well, big we there.
Well, I thought it was a lake, and it turns out it was a shadow. You looked at it, and you thought it was a lake, too.
No, I didn't.
Did you not?
No, I just trusted you. What about, okay.
Steinen has a lake down here, but I don't think it would be within his zone. Well, but it might be.
Unless he had purposely gone south, which I don't know why he would have to set his radius. Maybe to include less of the town or something, but it seems like a stretch.
This for sure has the vibes of a place that would have a train station that looks like that. There's the lake. Okay. I don't know. If he walked even just a little bit, he could be within the area of the lake. I'm just saying.
I have just been informed that that walking path is very much private property, so I've got to very quickly find another hiding spot. Oh, God. This is not. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Oh.
If this is not it, I couldn't tell you where to go next.
Are you gonna be in Steinen, Ben?
Adam, even I don't know, because I haven't watched the next episode yet because I don't have a subscription to Nebula because I'm a loser.
In the plot of this ad, you don't have a subscription to Nebula?
No.
That's crazy.
My life sucks.
But Ben, it's only $30 for an annual subscription.
Whoa, that's a great deal.
Let me give you some more reasons to subscribe to Nebula. 1, you get every episode of Jetlag 1 week early. We already sort of covered that. 2, you get access to our Nebula exclusive podcast, The Layover, where we recap every episode of Jetlag. 3, you get access to Crime Spree, which is the pilot season of Jetlag that's only on Nebula. 4, you get access to all kinds of other great original content from lots of other creators that you probably already watch.
But Adam, do you have real engineering on there?
Yeah!
Do you have real life lore on there?
We've got him also.
What about Lindsay Ellis?
Lindsay Ellis is on the platform, Ben. You won't believe it.
Well, I'm sold.
Look, Nebula is a creator-owned and creator-run streaming platform that's got stuff from all the people that you watch, and most importantly, it's only $30 for an annual subscription. That's $30 for the whole year. That's not $30 a month, that's $30 for the whole year. That's $250 a month if you use our code nebula.tv/jetlag. And I don't want to harp on it, but you gotta use our code, because if you don't, then they don't know that you signed up because of jet lag, and then they don't know that the only way this thing works is if you use our code. That's what's keeping this whole house of cards up.
But Adam, what if I don't know how to spell jet lag?
JETLAG.
Whoa.
Yeah!
I'm gonna go type that into nebula.tv right now.
Nebula.tv/jetlag.